Roll Tide, everybody, and welcome to Last Call. I know we had a little bit of a disappointment for Bama Hoops. We'll talk about that. The quarterback battle going on right now. The offensive line starting to take shape for the football team. Some positions that we're kind of curious about besides the O-line. We'll talk about that on the show. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi, right there in Philadelphia, hour and change from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. It's the Vegas that you can go to and not pay $1,000 for a seat in the sports book. Yeah, the Timeout Sports Lounge. March Madness is coming up next week. That's where you go. You go there, 20 big screen TVs, all the games, windows, kiosks, everything you need right there at Pearl River Resort. All right, let's talk about everything going on right now and maybe where Bama's going to end up in March Madness. Roll Tide.
Well,
I'm throwing a flag. False start. Nick Saban, what the hell? You're in your new studio, though. It's not put together yet, but
we're getting there.
To be home. Show everybody what you got going on. Yes, nice.
You got all that's going up. Put a TV up above that. You got some pictures over here. Just missing the furniture.
Yeah.
And this is hopefully my last podcast holding my phone.
Yeah. Well, look, after what happened to that basketball team, we should all suffer. We should all do something that we don't want to do. Run laps.
Yeah. They ran through our ass like shit through a tin horn, and we could not stop them.
I got They
kicked our ass so bad we didn't know whether to wind our butts or scratch our watches.
What did he say the one time they swatted us like a gnat on a cow's ass? The great Nick Saban.
He's talking about that. What's his name? The Arkansas quarterback.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was trying to tackle him, but yeah, he threw him off like a gnat on a cow's ass.
KJ, whatever.
Yeah.
I got some text yesterday from Ole Miss people, and I'm like, I'm like, what are we talking about? I thought maybe they took somebody in recruiting. This was before the game, and I'm like, oh, we're playing Ole Miss, and I wrote back, we're playing basketball. 97-86 will win, and then we just go in there like we thought that we were just going to show up and win. And by the time we started playing defense and attacking the basket, it was just too late.
That's what this team does. I mean, we get down 14 or 12, and we got to have somebody come in there and wake our ass up. We're just lackadaisical until the second half when we realize we got to turn it on. And I knew I haven't felt good about going into this March really over the last couple of weeks because. You beat Tennessee by, barely at the end when you should have been leading or at least had a lead throughout the game. Arkansas, we get down, we come back. I mean, I appreciate not quitting, but at some point that can't be the game in, game out scenario where you're always climbing back, from behind 12. Georgia, we played Georgia, we get down to them, and then they start matching the 3-ball at the end, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's like, hey guys, how about playing a complete game? And the only guy out there that tries to get the intensity going throughout the game is Houston Millette. Everybody else is just kind of asleep.
Why do you think that is?
And
you think it's just a style thing, or like they're kind of just like that laid back guys? Because I don't feel like the team isn't trying. It just feels like. Like they just kind of get in lulls.
Well, it's like we don't have that one guy who's just gritty as hell and makes a play and rubs the opponent's nose in it. I mean, like, yeah. As much as I respect a clean game, like every team has to have that guy who's just willing to do anything. Is just a rough,
like a Dennis Rodman type guy.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that guy, and I don't see that guy And Houston Millett does everything he can. He's just not physically, imposing enough to be that guy who dunks on somebody and then throws up the crane, right in their chest, like Grant Nelson last year.
Right.
I mean, because Grant Nelson was kind of timid until the tourney run 2 years ago. I felt like that's when he came out and really started getting after it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Nate took responsibility. He said he should have tried. He didn't do a good enough job of convincing them that Ole Miss was playing good ball. And Ole Miss is like, look, Ole Miss probably not going to make the NCAA tournament, but they underachieved this year. They went out and spent big money. I think they have a great coach. The results weren't there. And sometimes teams like that get into this situation and then some things start going their way. And then all of a sudden now they got to win over Alabama. They beat, what are they going to play, Arkansas next? And then you got to beat probably Florida. But they could potentially steal somebody's bid. It happens every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, again, some days you're just off. Some days you're just off, and it is what it is. But when you're consistently, losing by 8 to 15 points throughout a game, and then make last-second comebacks, to me, it's a mental toughness issue. And man, I hate to say that. I love this team. Love watching them. Hell, they ruined my Saturday. That's
You were pissed last night.
That's how much I enjoy watching them play. I do. I mean, no matter what, I got my Alabama guys back, and this is kind of like, I feel like when I talk about my Alabama teams, it's kind of like, shit talking your brother.
Yeah, right.
But I wanted to watch them play Saturday. Now I'm just going to be pissed off cutting my grass.
I'm gonna be when you're done with yours, you mind swinging over and grabbing mine too?
Hey, you need to come over. You need to come over to the west side of the bay.
Yeah. No, that's not a good idea. But I did notice that the grass was. I could see it, like, because it's been dormant. And the weather's been like hot and cold, and then I'm like looking at it, I'm like, man, this grass is coming.
Oh yeah.
Out there and mow it.
This is the first cut of the year for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were there. Well, at least down in LA. Now, I drove to Knoxville, and I could not believe I got out in Trustful and got gas. I was like, man, it is way colder here.
Yeah, what is it?
Yesterday, I was like, oh, what are we doing? Here? I don't know if it's like, I think that you get to that point with the weather, like if you pump over like the 50 range, it's cold to me.
Oh right? Yeah. Well, I'm so done with the cold weather. As soon as deer season's over, I'm just ready for it to be, well, of course, a day like today in Mobile, the high is 77, lows 50. It's awesome. What is it?
Yeah,
35, 40 up there?
It's not that bad today. And I think it's going to be up in the 60s somewhere. I'm running a 5K tomorrow. Training.
I hear you. Well, you got the right jacket on today. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I think I need me a second one of those.
Oh yeah, the Bedrati gear. This thing's so soft. It's quilted. I don't know if you saw that. It's quilted.
Yeah.
Hey guys. I know I like the next round gear. Next round does it right too, man. I know you guys can probably, a lot of people watching probably have their stuff, which I guess I could say our stuff. Their clothes are awesome. Like the t-shirts, I wear them constantly.
Well, Lance, he's the one picking those t-shirts. I can tell.
Yeah. Qualities.
Lance is still, even though he's getting along in the tooth, I feel like he's still. I feel like he's still in his prime,
Hey, if we can all hang on as long as LT, man, like that's the dream that you have. And you're not close to that yet. I'm in that same neighborhood. I've tipped my cap to the guy. Still rolling Lance, after all these years.
I feel like Lance and I are I mean, we got a lot of similarities. If I'm looking for t-shirts, I feel like he's a good guy to ask. if I'm looking for a couch to nap on, I'm probably calling Jim. you know.
Why don't Jim come on? I think at this point, I think he's boycotting our show. We want him on here. I know Borderline likes me, doesn't like me. I don't care. I love Jim. He is to me like when I think a lot of times he makes jokes that are really funny and nobody says anything, but I just sit there and laugh. Like I was with those guys at the Floor Bama one time and he was making me laugh so hard. I was like, God, I think I'm ruining their show right now. I was there. I think the last time I was there, it was they were talking about Paris Hilton and somebody else. I can't remember what the other person was who had a better career. And then he made some joke about one night and so whoever the person was. And I'm like, does anybody realize how funny that is right there? Nobody watched the Paris Hilton movie that made her famous. Okay. All right. Let me change gears with that. Let me tell you guys about the guy the guys that make this show possible at 205-919-4494. That's Patriot Roofing and Builders. Hey, look, these guys got you covered, man. I'm telling you right now. When you are looking for some help with your roof, call them up. They have, well, first off, they're going to answer. Will and Justin, they're going to answer that phone when you call them. So you're going to get right to the guys. Free inspections. Hey, come out, take a look at the roof. Do you need it? Yeah. If you don't, hey, they're going to let you know that too. They are unlimited home builders. They got a license to do anything. Total home solution, right? Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and full home renovations. So check those guys out, and we appreciate them. And, of course, there's not a bigger Patriot on this channel than Jake Coker. So when your name's Patriot, then, USA. Have you watched any of the Team USA World Baseball Classic?
I have not.
Yeah, I take that back. There's a bigger Patriot on this channel. Jim Dunaway, Coker second. I'm sure Jim was watching our country beat Canada in baseball. So now we beat them in hockey. Then they thought, hey, we want to take these guys out in their own game in baseball. Beat them last night. So we're in the final.
Smack them around, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we won 5-3. So
are there? But does Canada? Do they have a lot of good baseball players?
I mean, they really do. Yeah, they're good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know there's a couple baseball teams up there, but I mean, I feel like they're mostly American.
Technically, there's one, Toronto, because I don't know if you caught this.
Montreal
actually left, like in the 90s.
In the 90s?
In the 90s, yeah. They're in D.C. now, I think, or 2000, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I thought it was more recent than that. I mean, I knew they didn't have a team anymore, but I wasn't sure if there was another team. Whatever.
Well, baseball is going to expand, okay? Not that we were going to go on this because I know we're going to talk some football too, but baseball is going to expand into Nashville after the next player contract with the owners, which is going to happen after the end of this year if they don't strike or get locked out or whatever. Nashville's going to have a team. Now, I don't know where the other team's going to go. Could go into Canada.
Nashville's
getting
it's I mean, I don't know. To me, Nashville's probably the most popular place for a professional team. You look at the NHL team up there. Yeah. And that team's somewhat new, got a ton of publicity. If the Titans were any good, I mean, back when Derek was there, seemed like they were on fire to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. But baseball seems like the perfect market for Nashville. I mean, Nashville seems like the perfect market for baseball, I would think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Last basketball topic, and then I want to talk football. How do you think that losing in the first game? All right. Well, let me say this before I ask you this. I think that potentially it could benefit Bama to have lost that game to Ole Miss.
I mean,
rest up, get focused on the next game, right? Like have a little fire under your belly. But how's that going to affect them in the seeding?
I mean, I think they're still going to be between 16 and 20, so 4th and 5th seed, and one of the brackets. And at that point, I don't really know how much that matters. What a 4th seed is playing a I don't even know the math off the top of my
Is it
head.
like 4-12?
Yeah, something like that.
And
Something like
then, yeah,
so
I
5
mean,
and 11.
5-11.
5
I
and
mean,
11
look,
in
you're going
that
to have a
range.
tough game, but you're going to have a team that you should have better players than, but they're good, right? Like, I mean, the thing that helps them is that a lot of teams are losing. Like, it's like all the bubble teams keep losing, and I mean, I don't know, like, it really hasn't. It's going to be an interesting tournament. I still think it's going to come down to Florida and Arizona. You know, so they're going to be pretty deep in my bracket.
Yeah, Florida just knows how to get there at this point.
God, they're tough, man. They are tough. They play the game the right way. Their coach has a little swag to him. They're like,
Yeah, Todd Golden is one of those guys that I mean I can't stand him as an Alabama fan, but you know I can see if he's your guy, he's your guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Which is the kind of guy kind of like talking about having a guy who'll do anything to win. On
Is
your team.
is Auburn in?
No, no way, right? I mean, they were on the bubble before the Alabama game. They lost, lose to Tennessee. I think
Man,
they're out.
yeah, I don't know. All right, let's switch gears. Before we do that, though, I want to tell you guys about Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City. I know it's that time of year now where you're planning your vacation this summer. Go up there, check it out, man. This is where I used to go as a high school kid, even as a little kid. This is where we went to vacation to Ocean City, Maryland. It is fantastic there. Awesome seafood, amazing beaches. The honestly, the views are great. It's just got an awesome vibe. One of the best boardwalks in the country. Great places like Secrets Bar, which is, a Bama-esque type of vibe there. Different, but the same. Just really fun place. So go check it out. We appreciate Keith for being part of what we do. And when you go up there, say Jake and Mick sent you. So tell them we said hi. All right, so we got a quarterback battle going right now in Alabama. I don't know when they're going to name quarterback. It'll probably be week before the season. But Ryan Grubb seems to think both guys are doing well. Austin Mack's definitely got the experience. Keelon Russell's the guy that they paid a lot of money and is a super talented guy. Are you to the point now where you kind of can handicap the way that you think this could go? And then the other thing for you is, you played at Florida State with one of the most highly, sought after prospects too, right? So you've kind of been through this before. Not to say that you were a guy that had been there 4 years like Mack and, follow these guys around, but you also know like what it looks like for somebody that young to kind of have an opportunity to start.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, I got to put Keelon Russell there at probably minus 200.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm betting. I mean, I think it all depends on how consistent Keelon Russell can be because I think I watch him throw the ball and again, I mean Austin's one. I mean, he's a talented quarterback as well. I just like I've said on this show before, when you see a guy where the ball just pops off his hand effortlessly, again, it looks like it's being shot out of a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
The potential that the ceiling is higher now.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be consistent, then the ceiling doesn't matter because, again, on offense, especially in the SEC, in my opinion, you want to be right here the whole time.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to be doing this, nonstop. I mean, Keelan's got the ability to make plays that not a whole lot of guys can make. But, to me, playing the quarterback position, you watch, Ty Simpson last year, you watch the Drew Breeses, the Peyton Mannings in the NFL, some of the best quarterbacks to ever live. They were not necessarily the most talented guys in the NFL. I mean, Michael Vick is one of those guys who's the most talented and was very, very consistent. Just didn't get to the Super Bowl as much as those guys. But you look at again Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, not the most talented guys I've ever seen play on the NFL level, on TV. But I mean, just so consistent mentally that they carried their teams through, and they never, I mean, obviously, they lost a couple games for their teams, but consistently winning games and not putting their teams in bad positions. That's the name of the quarterback game. If you can be consistent and be that talented, then I mean, more power to you, but got to be consistent.
If you were a quarterback coach for both of these guys, start with Austin Mack. Mentally, what would you tell them about the quarterback battle? And then physically, what would you want to see on the field? And then let's do the same thing for Keelon Russell.
For me, Austin Mack, I mean, I've been in that situation before. You got one of the most highly touted recruits coming to your school behind you. Yeah, I mean, for Austin, I would say, the key thing for him is he's been there for a while. He knows the offense. He knows the checks. I mean, at this point, he should. He's been in that offense for, I think, going into his 4th year. So I mean, he's had the time. He's had the experience. He should understand the little things. But when you go out there and you practice, you can't let the mistakes of when you make a mistake, you can't think about it as being, okay, damn it. Now I just went down a rung in this competition. It's got to be, all right, I'm doing this to make this team as good as possible, and we're going to get better because I want to get better and I want to make this team better. Can't be thinking about, okay, I got to make this throw because I need to be the starter and just let that dominate your mind, because it's kind of a hard thing to get out of sometimes when you're going through a competition and you're thinking about being the starter rather than, all right, I'm getting better today. I'm learning what we're supposed to learn today, and we're going to get better as a unit.
Yeah.
I mean, Keelon Russell, from what I've seen, what I would say is that, I'm having a private conversation with him, and I'm saying, look, you're the most talented guy here. The throws, I'm not worried about. The athletic ability, that's not something I'm worried about. I see you use your feet. I see you get the ball out in awkward spaces. You got, a cannon. The little things are what's going to make you the quarterback here.
Mm-hmm.
So, we get this look. You need to check out. You need to be able to get us into the right look. You see this. You need to throw it to the right spot. It needs to be consistent every down.
Right.
Talent-wise, you got it. You're the guy. But I got to be able to trust you and trust that you're going to put us in the best position to win.
Yeah.
So, and that would be my honest critique for both of them. And I would say the same thing to Austin. I'd be like, I'm not worried about you making the throws. I'm not worried about you, being able to do this job. It's mm-hmm. Are you consistently better than Keelon? Because at the end of the day, I love the metrics, the size these guys have, the athleticism they have, the arm strength. But again, that goes out the window, and consistency is key to me.
So you keep hearing they got to win the locker room. You had to do that. What's that entail? And what was the moment when you realized that you won the locker room? And I can tell you that being on shows with Shank and Ryan Anderson does, comes on and stuff. Your teammates have so much respect for you, probably because of the journey that you took to get to where you got to and then win a championship. But when did you realize hey, these guys got my back, man. These guys know that I can do what we need to get done to win.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, to me, it's not. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but I think again, not a big rah-rah guy. Didn't make a lot of speeches, but when it was time to work out, I worked out until I had to throw up. Wanted to be one of the guys, just one of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not looking for anything special. I don't want any kind of different treatment than anybody else. We got there and run, lift weights, do everything I need to do, and people just see that.
Mm-hmm.
You're invested. Be on time, do what you're supposed to do, and then learn what you're supposed to learn. And then once I get out on that field, it's toughness, not shying away from any hits. Laying it all out on the line for the betterment of the team, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to make any elaborate speeches or
Right.
I mean,
You think those guys are just gonna have to have the work ethic thing down?
Yeah, I mean,
And
and I
that'll
knew,
convince people.
I mean, I knew it would take care of itself. Which, I think there's some guys that I guess come in and it's very hard to come in and be that vocal guy that hasn't stepped foot on campus, but like last week,
Right.
and you're an upperclassman, so basically come in, assimilate, and let everybody know through your effort that you're there to win, and you're again willing to do anything to make it happen. That's
Hey, well said, my friend. Well said. Let me talk about another team you're on.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve,
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays.
At Pearl River Resort, let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
Man, that is awesome.
Now every time I see that, I think about me, giving a cheers to Steve and just putting the glass down.
Yeah. Well, now the thing I'm noticing, because every time I watch it, is you're standing there with Steve. You got the football, and he's just playing guitar, and I'm like, I wonder what he's playing. Like, is he? A sellable Steve, man, and the whole crew. All right, well, hey, look, Pearl River Resort right now. It's going to be your spot, your local spot to go get that Vegas style experience. Sports books called Timeout Sports Lounge, 20 big screen TVs, full size bar. You got the window, you got the kiosks, everything you need to go up there, place a bet on all these games. The late great Ryan Griffin and I did it one year where we went to the first, we went and watched all the games and we bet on them. We lost a lot. What we realized, the guy that was winning was taking the unders in the first round of games. And was killing it. So I don't know if that happened that particular year. So, but we'll be back up there soon. It was awesome being there last week, and those Dancing Rabbit golf polos that we got, they're two of the best looking polos that I've ever seen. They've got a great golf pro shop there.
Oh, they do. That place is geared for golf.
Dancing Rabbit. It's the Augusta. You can play. Top course in Mississippi. You don't have to have a membership. And they got two amazing 18-hole courses, the Azaleas, the Oaks. I did the Philip M. Steakhouse that night by myself, sat at the bar, got what we always get. You know what we always get? The tomahawk. That big steak, medium rare, but with a real good sizzle on top.
The Pittsburgh.
That's it, the Pittsburgh flair. All right, look, we'll get back at it. We'll talk more about Alabama spring practice and all that stuff when we do a show Monday or Tuesday this week. But have a great weekend, my friend. Any final thoughts?
I hope mid-March or end of March is a lot better than it was this weekend.
Yeah. Get your head out of your ass, Bama basketball. Hey, talking about Bama basketball. Brian Passink wants to come on with us, or I asked him if he.
I would love that.
Yeah, I know
love that.
You're a super fan of that broadcast. So I've been friends with him and Chris for a long, long time. I think what if we got both on? That'd be fun.
That would. What if we got? What if we did a show where me and you played 1-on-1 and they announced?
I like the idea here. I like it because I'd get a handicap. I'd get some points.
Hey, me and Jim versus you and Lance.
Oh,
Full basketball.
oh my God. I'll do that.
That would be awesome.
That would be so much fun. Jimmy
That would
Buckets.
be so
Buckets
funny.
You against me and LT.
Okay, no. Me and Jim and Ryan versus you, Shank, and LT.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, my
There we
gosh,
go.
Jake,
That's the one.
we would dominate the glass. I'm telling you right now. Shank's got the eye of the tiger. You don't notice that when you're talking to him because he's a laid back guy. He's really funny. But when it comes time to clear that glass, he's just down there dominating.
I don't know, man.
Want to come in the lane.
I don't know, man. Ryan's like he's the round mound to rebound.
That'd be so much fun. Man.
He's got a little Barkley in him.
and Chris and Brian are broadcasting.
That would be the
That's why
funniest.
you don't leave the show early, people. Hey, have a great weekend, everyone. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.